Hello. So this is going to be a very quick video. I'm going to discuss the latest notification from DTE and how it impacts the overall seat distribution and the admission process for institutes such as JBIMS. So let's get started. Now, what exactly is the issue? So DTE released a correction document on 20th of June 2018. And in this particular document, if you see the distribution of seats, it's very different to what it was earlier. So earlier, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this. Earlier, seat distribution was 70%, 15%, and 15%. So here 70% seats were reserved for home university, 15% for OHU, and the remaining 15% were for all India seats. Now they changed it about 2 to 3 years back, and for a few institutes they made it 85-15. So for a few institutes it's still 70-15-15, but for a few institutes last year, if you see the process, it was 85-15, where 85% seats were Maharashtra state and the remaining 15% seats were all India. Now, if you look at the latest notification, it says that under Maharashtra state or MS candidates, it says for autonomous, 100% belong to state level and all India seats would be nil. Okay. So this is a major change, and if at all it happens, it essentially means that under autonomous institutes, you will not have any all India seats. So the 15% seats which used to be there earlier, they will not be there, and the entire 100% will be for Maharashtra state. Now, there are multiple questions that arise because of this particular decision. So when you look at 100% distribution, how are you going to separate that 100% between HU, OHU, or you're going to completely consider it as state level? So whether 100% will be further bifurcated between HU, OHU, or it is going to be 100% for Maharashtra state. The good thing that they have still done is they have kept non-autonomous and university departments at still 70% for HU, 15% for OHU, and the remaining 15% for all India. So now we just need to wait and see rather, that whether this is going to translate to no OMS all India seats for autonomous institutes such as JBIMS or not, because this is a change that they recently announced. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are not really prepared to take this kind of information. And I'm sure there will be people who have sort of decided what they want to do this year because they were thinking that they were going to get either into, say, JBIMS or any other institute based on their other exam scores. Now, the next part of the issue is what exactly do you mean by the autonomy of JBIMS? Because it's still not clear. If you look at the document that was given by DTE last year, so DTE always releases this particular document, which is sometimes they call it seat matrix. So this year they are calling it seat matrix. So basically distribution of seats across all the institutes that fall under DTE's purview. So if you look at this, this is from last year. So this is from the 2017-18 admission cycle. If you look at under Mumbai University, you have JBIMS and it says University Department Autonomous, and total seats are 120, and out of that all India seats are 18. Now the issue is when you say University Department and Autonomous, we are not very sure whether you fall under that complete 100% state or the bifurcation is going to continue the way it was last year. So even if it, let's say there are two possibilities from here. So one is 85% Maharashtra seats will continue to be there and 15% all India. And the other case, which is the worst case possible because nobody was prepared for this particular thing, is going to be 100% Maharashtra state seats. Now, what we can do from here, so the only thing that students can do is basically wait, because you can't do anything. So there's no point panicking. So I would suggest don't panic, don't look at what a lot of people are giving wrong information. So just wait and see what happens, because DTS, though they have released a correction document, we don't know whether that particular thing is final or not, considering the fact that it is going to impact a lot of people. And there might be a situation where people sort of go and complain that this is what they have done, and they might have to take it back as well. So we don't know what exactly is going to happen from here. So the best thing that we can do is wait for seat matrix announcement, which is because that is going to happen on 2nd of July. If you just look at the schedule that is there, on 29th of June, they're going to show the provisional merit list. And after that, you have submission of grievance and everything. On the 8th point that is given is display of provisional category wise seats, which is what I was talking about on the previous slide. And that is going to happen on 2nd of July. So once we get that particular document, and if at all under all India seats it says 0 for JBMS, then we know that okay, it is going to happen for sure. But unless they do that, just because of this correction document, we can't really conclude, simply because the nature of the autonomy itself is not very clear. Because if you say that JBMS is autonomous, then why isn't it conducting a complete separate process altogether? Though the year in which they got autonomy, they were able to change the process for one particular year, but they later moved again to the process that is there right now. So we are not very sure what this autonomy actually means, because definitely there has been content autonomy. JBMS has moved from percentage system of marking to GPA system, but I don't know whether it translates to even a complete autonomy where 100% seats will be for Maharashtra state students. And if you have autonomous institutes, then why are you even putting that constraint? So there are a lot of questions that we have at this point of time, not only for JBMS but for DT as well, as to how do you exactly define autonomy, and what is a university department and autonomous. What do you mean by these two things happening at the same time? So as of now, it's still open. I'm not very sure how things are going to work out, but I would suggest that you don't panic at this stage. Don't spread any information that you don't know for sure that it is true, and let's wait till 2nd of July or 3rd of July, whenever they come up with the category wise seats, because the submission of cap round 1 is still going to happen from 3rd of July, which means that you still have a few days. And once things get clear, then only we'll be able to decide how you're going to put your preferences and everything, because this impacts the entire process. Somebody who was thinking that I might get JBMS, in case if this goes through and JBMS doesn't take any all India seats, that person will have to modify the preferences that he or she is going to put. So let's wait for now. Don't or let's not reach any conclusion at this point of time because of that document. Let's wait and see what happens. If you need any help, please feel free to get in touch with us through the Facebook group. We have this group called MBA CET Preparation with Learning Roots. Or you can always put a comment on this particular video and we'll be happy to help you in whatever way we can.